morning, everybody. This is Justin with another weekly update. This will be for February the 1st through February the 7th of 2020. Okay, wow. So first of all, congratulations. We made it through January. I'm not sure about all of you, but I basically white-knuckled my way through that month. Just extreme intensity. There's some after effects and subtle tones of January kind of bleeding into February. We do get a little bit of relief of the energy, but right when you think you get the ball rolling, we get hit with a lovely Mercury retrograde, which I'll expand more about in the next video. But this week is fairly interesting. So there's a couple of strong themes occurring, but most notable is Venus is going to ingress into Aries. That's what's going to kind of take a little bit more of that aggression and unsettling nature of January and integrate its way into February. There's a polarity to it. I feel if you could pull from the right faculties of the energy, there are some sextiles from Venus to Pluto and Saturn, and Mercury sextile Uranus will give us a little bit of relief and maybe even some inspiration. But if not handled appropriately, and if there's not a state of higher awareness, this could definitely backfire on you. So first of all, Venus and Aries. Venus and Aries, they show their love in a very direct way. I love you. I want you now. Take me now. And especially when the mood hits them right. If you have ever been on a date with an Aries and after a couple of glasses of wine, it might get a little interesting. They might lean over and whisper into your ear and say, hey, meet me in the bathroom in 5 minutes. As exciting and erotic as that can be, not always the best idea. And a lot of the energy of Venus and Aries that is kind of affecting this transit in a little bit more challenging way is it's going to be conjunct Chiron. So that's like the equivalent of getting an inspiration but driving right through a stop sign. Aries is ego without consciousness. Aries go for things without action. They go for action without a plan. They're driven by their desires and wanting to get to their zenith. And a lot of times they lose touch with the surrounding environment elements. I titled this video Peter Pan finally catching his shadow. And I felt like with Venus and Aries and Mercury and Pisces is kind of very Peter Pan. It's, I want to stay in Neverland. I just want to be a boy and play and fight pirates and play with fairies. And it's all good in thought, but it can leave you in a place of non-reality. And Mercury in Pisces or Mars in Pisces people have a hard time, taking their desires and inspirations and putting it in actual a textile action plan. And it's very Peter Pan-like. He runs around wanting to invade Captain Hook, but he doesn't really have a business plan. He just kind of goes for it, gets himself into some interesting situations, including his friends. And I see a lot of relatability in this. So, and when we talk about shadow, it's the emotions, constructs, reactions, points of view, related to pain, anxiety, self-worth, identity. If all those things haven't been addressed, you could take your shadow, understand it, and integrate it with who you are. And, you know, pulling from some of the stronger, I'm not bad rapping Aries. We need Aries in society. Aries get shit done. They take action, they take control. But a negatively aspected Aries can be a really tough energy to deal with. So there's kind of a, you know, there's kind of a polarity to it. We could either let this shadow catch us, or we can catch our shadow. Regardless, you know, the nodes are kind of opposing each other. It's either you want to do it your way or the hard way is more or less the theme. And I think with the energy, I think what's going to happen is we're going to get some, you know, Mercury's going to trine. Sorry, I keep saying trine. Mercury's going to sextile Uranus here. So what I'm seeing this as is we might get some unexpected communication that comes in that maybe lights us up. You know, January has been a month of being uncomfortable, depressed energy, irritable, agitated, wanting to change your environment or your situation, but you really don't know how to. Sleepless nights. I don't know how many times this month I woke up between 3:30 and 5:45 in the morning. Or, you know, I'm not one to nap, but there's been times where I've just completely got zapped my energy and passed out in the middle of the day. So we have all this mounting pressure, and we want to harness it and utilize it in something. So, you know, there are some good undertones to the month. So Mercury sextile Uranus is going to give us maybe some unexpected communication. That might cause us to be very Peter Pan-like, want to jump off the balcony and fly to Neverland. But it's not really the best time to take action. Keep in mind that Jupiter is still in Capricorn, and it's not in its best position. It doesn't mean you can't get results with Jupiter and Capricorn, but it's a little more methodical in how you reach it. So, you know, with Mercury in Pisces, we have also Venus is going to be in a harmonious conversation with Saturn and Pluto. So this could give us some emotional discipline, could lead to some type of financial opportunity with that sextile to Uranus. It would be good energy to build that plan. With Jupiter there, I feel like this would be the ideal time to create a vision board and to take the retrograde period, which is coming up. And again, we'll talk about that next video. Take this retrograde period and envision yourself how you prefer to feel. Envision yourself what you prefer to see in your life. Envision your dreams, wishes, and desires, and, you know, incorporate your vision board into your meditation practice. Go, you know, some of this nicer energy about Mercury and Pisces is it will be a little bit more easier to get to our dream states. I would say review your vision board prior to bed and see how you could kind of integrate that into the other realities in your dream state. It's a very powerful idea or an avenue of manifestation. But, you know, getting back to Venus ingress into Aries of the Chiron, people that do not take this energy and use it in the healthiest ways are going to act out. There's going to be directed anger, directed rage, Again, Aries is ego without consciousness. They want to get to what they want to get to. They do not care. Not say they don't care. They don't realize who they stomp on to get where they need to get to. Aries is the only sign that will never apologize. And I think in situations, this would be a good time to have a more heartfelt approach. But in general, you're going to experience people that are going to be on the more negative side of this, and pull in some of that Pisces energy and show a little bit of compassion. Ultimately, there is a mirror effect taking place. Is if you're not going to tackle your shadow directly, your shadow is going to jump into other people. And in short, you can't run from your shadow. So I would chase it head on. And I'll leave you with some helpful advice with that. Is number one, reactionary. When you come from a place of worry or reaction, you are coming from a place of survival rather than thriving. And since we have this energy with Uranus and we have some Aquarian energy with Aries, we're all going to be dealing with our bigger egos in a lot of ways. And it's important to note that it's not how you get to the zenith, in a Capricorn way, the zenith, the top of the mountain. It's not how you get there. It's the legacy you leave behind. It's who you touch, who you inspire, who you drop wisdom to along the way. Do you want to be remembered as someone that holds the trophy, or all the people that you touched and you could share that success with them? Again, with the nodes in opposition, it's either something that you tackle consciously, or unconscious events are going to take place and force you to look at the shadow in the mirror. So anyways, thanks for tuning in this week. Happy February. It's not all bad. Use this energy of dream state, of reaching a higher consciousness more easily. Your homework, everyone, is to put your vision board into play. If anyone wants to post pictures of your vision board on my Facebook, or write comments on my YouTube, I will be doing a vision board myself, so I might be sharing that on my website just for shits and giggles. But anyways, thank you for tuning in to I'm Your Aid Astrology. I'm Justin. I'm not your guide. I'm not your guru. I'm not your coach. I'm your aid, your angel in disguise. I help you, empower you.